Welcome back to Flying Smoke. Today we're going to do a product comparison video. It's one I've been putting off because I've been busy. I apologize. And it's an interesting one. I do a lot of the dual chimneys, and that's most of my videos are that for competition barbecue cooking, competition steak cooking rather. And I'm comparing charcoals. But I thought I'd do a chimney comparison video because there are different chimneys out there. And this came from a competition I was at, and a couple of guys were using a really wide, big charcoal starter and chimney rather. And I asked them about it, and Oklahoma Joe's, and you can get them in Academy Sports, Amazon, lots of different places. And I thought, well, I like to know, so I'm going to shoot this video. Hope you enjoy it. Welcome back to Flying Smoke. Clear blue skies in Memphis today, so I wanted to get this video shot. Today's going to be a comparison video. It is the Weber Chimney versus Oklahoma Joe's. Hope you can see that. Got kind of the sun at my back, but it's Oklahoma Joe's halftime. Oklahoma Joe's halftime charcoal starter kit. It says load heavy duty stainless steel starter with briquettes, placed on a fire stand or crumpled up newspaper, light the paper. Everybody that's used it or used a chimney knows how to do this. But here's the thing. It says it's ready in half the time compared to standard charcoal chimney starter. We'll find out. So what I'm going to do, I've got Kingsford, some Kingsford charcoal left over, and I'm going to fill up the Weber first. Then I'm going to dump the Weber into it to see what the load is. Is it the same, is it less, whatever. I'm going to refill the Kingsford, and I'm going to do a competition light off with 2 Weber starter cubes under each one. Basically just like a steak competition. Let's get started. Okay. That's full. Now, we dump it in the Oklahoma Joe. Holds the same amount. Same exact amount. No difference. Don't have enough Kingsford left, so I'm going to move this to make them even. Okay. There's just a small divot in the Kingsford and a small divot in the Oklahoma Joe. I can tell you this, one disadvantage, the Oklahoma Joe has to sit all the way down inside the PK. The handle with the Kingsford is up and out to where I can get to it. Will that make a difference? Don't know. Let's get all the flammables away. One, two. Handle's much easier. 1, 1, 2. Okay, timer set to 0. Start. I'm going to light off the Kingsford first because after all, it only takes half the time. Standard competition light off. Let the cubes get good and going. Maybe 10, 15 seconds. Put the Kingsford on. Now the Oklahoma Joe. I spread these out a little bit just because it's a lighter. Give them about 10 or 15 seconds. I don't think you could get 2 in here. You'd have to do them on something else. And it's a pain in you know what to fit it in there. Alright, light off took 1 minute. We'll come back in a few minutes to see where we're at. We're about 1 minute and 40 seconds in. You can see down, oh, hold on. You can see down in the Kingsford, or in the Weber, that smoke's rolling good. In the Oklahoma Joe, not as pronounced. But you can see the loads of charcoal. They're in there. And they're as close as I can get to exact. But the Kingsford, or the Weber, is really rolling smoke. The other one's not. But we'll see how that goes. You can look at the sides of them and see the holes are much more pronounced on the Oklahoma Joe. I'm really interested to see it. Believe me, the way that this comes around here, the way the handles sit. If you're a cooker, you're used to getting smoke all. Look at the handle sitting outside the PK. That may be a safety issue, but it's got a heat shield on it, so we will see. But again, if it goes by the product, the Oklahoma Joe should be ready in half the time. Okay, here we are, 10 minutes in. Flames are starting to lap out the top of this one. Yeah, we're fairly close. Fairly close. A little bit of sinkage. Trying to look down and see. You can see the red about midway down. Same with the Oklahoma Joe. 10 minutes in. And already it's starting to look kind of bad for the Oklahoma Joe. I doubt this is going to be ready in half the time. Alright, 15 minutes in. You can actually see white at the top of the new one. And the Weber is still not. So there may be something to this. 16 minutes in. You can see. This one is actually might be done sooner. I never thought I'd see that. Flames are coming up pretty hot now, but this seems to be, once this thing caught on, the air really is getting to this. I am amazed. Absolutely amazed. So are the neighbor's dogs. Something else. I'll come back to it in a few minutes. 20 minutes in. You look down and it's hot. But the tops are not ashed over yet. Look at the Oklahoma Joe. It's going to be ready to drop in a couple of minutes. So will it be ready in half the time? No. Will it be ready faster? Yes. And I have a feeling if you stock this thing up, it's really going to get going. I might be able to just use one of these in competition, which might be my next video, to get a full grill and not have to carry 2 chimneys. Yay. The heat is rolling off these things right now. You can see the top of the Weber with the Kingsford briquettes, and they're just, I can barely hold the heat right now. They're just now starting to get a little bit of white ash, but if you look at this, look at the Oklahoma Joe. I mean, minute or two, it's ready to drop. Typically, competition I drop in 30 minutes. I might be able to shave 5 to 10 minutes off. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but any advantage you have is good. Now, the one thing I've done is this. The handle's down in there, and you can see how much room it takes up. Over here, handle's out and clean, nice heat shield. It'll be interesting. They are both screaming hot. Here we are, 21 minutes, almost 22. The Oklahoma Joe is, for all intents and purposes, it's done. Come back at 25 and see where they're at. Try to give the old Weber time to catch up. I was going to wait till 25 minutes, but no, they're ready to go at 23. 23 minutes. You can see the tops are white, and they're ready to go. I'll dump that one and wait on the Weber. Okay, as you can see, the coals are hot. And it's about half a load of charcoal, so it really doesn't hold anymore. But I am impressed. And that's a solid burn over. I've got like one or two that are not hot and red. Here, they're close, but not quite. The ones at the bottom, because it's so tall, the ones at the bottom are just screaming. And it takes a while for the heat to get up to them. With this one, with the even disbursement, these are ashing over now. Look at that. It's crazy. 25, almost 25 minutes. I'll come back when I'm ready to dump these, and they will have the same pure white ash at the top. So we have a good even time. 28 minutes. When you look down inside, it's close. It's really close. These coals are hotter and just screaming hot. These, even in the chimney, they're still dark black coals. A lot of them are red at the bottom. The top is white and ashen. In a competition, I would drop these. But you can see these coals are actually farther along. I'll dump them out in a second. We're going to go for 29 minutes. I might as well give it to 30. Give these babies a chance to catch up. I probably could have dropped these at 20. Giving this a 10-minute advantage. Is that a lot? Yes. Is it double? No. Coming up on 29. How about that? 30 minutes? Alright. I'll switch out the camera because I don't have my camera girl here. She's at work. I'll dump them out. We'll come back and take a look. 30 minutes. And I hope this is coming out. This is a good camera I've got, but you can see. Look at the coals in here. You can see a lot of black marks. It's, you know, still pure charcoal. It's burning, but it's still hot. Look over here. These coals are ashing over, and they are really hot. Almost 10 minutes difference. That really comes from the design. You can look at Weber, still hot. Little holes, big vent at the bottom. Look at the Oklahoma Joe. It's wide open. And once those coals caught, they were gone. You got a nice big fat carrying handle here. I will say this, the handle is actually more comfortable than this because I use welding gloves. It's a clear winner. Look at that. I mean, there's still black holes in there. And it's messier too. It's a winner, but I don't know about a chicken dinner. It's actually going to be turkey dinner. I'm going to cook it now. We're going to wrap this up at 31. Click. I'll finalize inside. Okay, what did we learn? Well, on the wrapper, or the liner rather, in Oklahoma Joe's, it says it's ready in half the time. No, it was not ready in half the time. That would have been 15 minutes. Could it have been close? Yes, it was close, but not half the time. I could have dropped those coals at about 20 minutes. That would have been fine. That would have been good. But in reality, it was like, I think 22, 23 minutes. I'd have to rewind. You can do that now. I can't. I'm shooting the video. And it was 30 minutes for the Weber Chimney. Some differences, big differences. The Weber, tall, easily fits inside, two of them inside the PK grill, which is what we take for steak cooking. The Oklahoma Joe, one will fit, and a Weber, or I doubt you can get two in. I could possibly get two on top if I flip the grill grates upside down and just put it on the rack there to get it going. But a lot of times you're on grass, a lot of times you're on pavement. You don't want to mark up people's pavement. It's usually a parking lot of a business and things like that. You can take along cinder blocks, but I am not taking along cinder blocks to a competition. The less I have to carry, the better. So for competition, I don't know. I could see some value in it. Whether I will do it or not, that remains to be seen. But did it do a good job? Yes, it really did. It's the handle is more comfortable with, especially when we wear welding gloves. And I honestly, they're $11 a pair or $10 a pair. Go to Ace Hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, wherever. Get you some welding gloves. Good, thick leather welding gloves. I have picked up chimneys before, and I have hands or skin on my hands because I've had welding gloves on, the welding gloves I've had to throw out because the plastic melted to them, and that could have been my skin. It is not worth it to save 12, 13, 14 bucks. Even if there were 50 bucks, I'd still go out and buy them. I like my digits. So, try the Oklahoma Joe. Give it a whirl. Most of you, one chimney's plenty of charcoal for most of your cooks. If you're smoking, if you're doing hamburgers, hot dogs, whatever. You're not trying to go for 700-800 degrees on your cooker, so it's fine. Would I recommend it? Yeah, it's a quality product. It's built like a tank. I think it breathes much better than the Weber. And I just wanted to add one more thing that I noticed, and I'm sure my neighbors noticed. Sorry, I'm going to have to cook them some barbecue. The Weber was, and you probably saw it on the video if you go back and see it, the Weber was just billowing smoke out. It was rolling out of there for 10, 15 minutes. I filled up my neighborhood. I can't believe the fire department didn't get called. Sorry. I had leftover Kingsford briquettes that had hickory in them. No, that's another video. Whatever. But it really was rolling smoke until it got to where the flames were coming up the top. The Oklahoma Joe was half or less than that smoke. So to me, that really shines on the Oklahoma Joe that it's getting more air, it's burning more efficiently. And like I said, once it took, it was gone. It clearly. I can only imagine what would happen if you put a newspaper with a little bit of canola oil up on it, where it filled it, the bottom of the whole thing. Because I use 2 starter cubes, that's what I use in competition. Let me know. Try it out. See what you think. If your results, and shoot me an email, or you could also leave a comment down there. And as always, subscribe so you keep getting videos. I'm going to do product comparison videos through the winter. I have my entire steak cooking outfit that I will be taking apart piece by piece and showing you what they are. This is what I take for steak competitions and what you can take along too. What you need, what you don't need. things like that. Have a good day.